Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to go over the Handsome Cardmaking Workshop that's currently available from close to my heart. Almost everything in this paper collection is sold out. This is still available at the time I'm making this video, and it's really cute. I'm really surprised that this hasn't sold out as well. It's very masculine. It has the cutest little cards with a pocket feature for a thin cut and little buttons and a little Levi pocket. It's so cute. And then the glasses are a thin cut as well. Here they are here, and there's a pen and the button, and then there's a flap for the pocket. Will be like you know, a hanky that would be in the pocket that you can stamp. It's really cool. What I really like about this paper collection is this gray paper. It's very, very useful paper that I see using for a lot of things. It's like a texture like jean fabric, but it's in black and white instead of blue. So I really like this, and I bought a bunch of this as the bulk paper. So it has the sayings on one side and then this on the other side. So very useful. And this is very useful as well as a lot of different sayings. Really good for scrapbooking as well. So card number 1, these are the pieces, and I've got them all cut out already. So you have your base card, and you make 4 of each of the cards. You get everything you need except for the ink, and it gives you the additional materials you needed. Everything is included in the directions, how to cut it, what needs to be thin cut, and then directions to put it together. So card number 1, you're going to have this piece cut out and then stamp it. This piece cut out and stamp it, and it has a little stitching detail around that pocket piece. And then it shows where to put everything. So it's really easy to do, and these are good cards because I don't have a lot of masculine cards. So I did edge these with black ink already. It's going to go there. And then this is paprika, and you use the lighter side. Our cardstock is dual-sided. It's light on one side, dark on the other, and it has a white core. And that goes there, and this goes here. So the dark side here for that definition and difference of color. And then your little pocket with the stitching. And it's going to be stamped. And then this is the little hanky that will be stamped and put in there. And then you can see I have a bunch of the buttons already thin cut, and looking for my tweezers, and they're going to go down the side. And I doubled up on the paper, so I have to make sure I use the correct color. It's hard to tell on these littler pieces. So those 4. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this and put it together and show you what it looks like. Let's just take a look at this stamp set. It's really unique, and I'm really glad that I got it. For different sayings, happy birthday, dude. Thanks for being you. I just really love you. I like that one a lot. And then, okay, I admit it, you're a pretty cool dad. Because, you know, the teenagers, that's a good one for teenagers or young ones to give to their dads, because they don't always admit mom and dad are pretty cool sometimes. So it's good. And then it has the stitching for around the pocket, a star, heart, and X for putting the X inside of the button stamp, the pen, and then that's for the pocket, and then the jean stitching. So very nice stamp set. Okay, you probably noticed I made a little boo-boo there, covered up with a gem. The stitching, I did it with black ink. It was supposed to be the paprika ink, so I corrected that in the cards to follow. So here it's a little less intense, but I like the black look as well. And only 2 of the gems. And you notice on this card, usually you're supposed to do things in 3s or odd numbers because it's more pleasing to the eye, yada yada. This card has 4 buttons and 2 gems, and it looks perfectly fine. So, you know, do what makes you happy when you make your projects. It doesn't always have to follow the rules, right? You break the rules. So, really, really cute cards. And now we'll move on to card number 2. Okay, card number 2 is this one here. It has the pine base, and then the shirt button area is stamped with Harbor with the little X for the threads. And then this is supposedly the collar, I'm guessing. And then the pocket was stamped with Happy Birthday Dude, a couple of gems and stars randomly stamped all over the shirt. So that is what I will be doing now. Card number 2 finished. I'll give you some close-ups of it. And while I'm doing this, I just want to mention, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. You'll see in here in the center is where that X is like the thread. It's pretty cool. This is probably one of the simplest cards. I did add a pen to the pocket because I had some extra ones left over. But yeah, very simple, but I think any guy would like it. And I've got a bunch of guy birthdays coming up, so these will come in handy. And stay tuned till the end because I will have a bonus card to show you as well. Okay, card number 3 is this really cool one that looks like jeans. And you're supposed to use a sanding block to sand the paper. This is Harbor, and create that look of jeans. So all I'm going to do is take this and rub it back and forth across here to get some of that white core to show through in lines. And then do it the other way as well. And this is a sanding block. It's 80 grit, so it's very, very intense. You know, it's going to rub a lot of the paper off real quick. And I also like how it got the edges of the paper to give it that white look. Even though being on the white card base, it won't show much. I think it adds a little detail and interest to it. So, sorry for the little doggy. He's having a little fun under the table. So, I'm going to put this here like that. And then this is the belt. And this was stamped with the stitched line from the stamp set in toffee ink. And then I ran the edge along the toffee ink pad to hide that white core. And then I also used the sander to add distressing to the belt loops. And the pocket I stamped, and this is one of the stamps as well. It's really cute. I also added a star that wasn't in the original, but that's okay. And then the little orange tag from, I think they're Levi's that had the little orange tag. And that's all there is to it. A really cute card. I think any guy would love it, or any girl that loves blue jeans. So fits right in with me because I have a lot of cowgirls in the family. All right, so we'll move on to card number 4. Okay, card number 4 is cute. It uses this side of the paper the other side is that weave. And some toffee for the buttons down the front of the shirt, the collar, and the pocket. And then it has some glasses, and then some pens to stamp buttons on here, stamp the pocket, and add a couple gems, and we're good. Oh, and a little heart too. I think I'm going to add some ink to this just to tone it down because it's very distracting to me. It's very busy. So I'm going to add some ink to this, I think probably in paprika. I could do gray as well, so I might do one in gray and see how it looks. And then that should calm it down a lot. So we will see. I could even do toffee because that's the color of the collar. So maybe we'll do one in each. We'll see. So I'll fast forward through this while I do the stamping just so you can see that, because I know I cut a lot of it out. First, I need to measure and make sure I have it correctly for these. So let me pull my ruler out. All right, now I find the center here. So this is the center, the 3-inch. I'll just make sure I have the same amount on each side of there. And I'm going to place the buttons every inch. So I'm just going to mark them every inch. So there's an inch. So there's 4 buttons there. And because the collar will be at the top, then it will hide where maybe there should be another button at the top or the bottom, but it's fine. This is just a quilting ruler I've had for a very long time, and I use it a lot. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is the toffee. And I sorted these pieces out. These have more paprika, so I'll use the paprika on those. I also have one that I'll do with the mink. So let's do toffee. Oh, that's really dark. That's alright. We'll just keep working with it. That's going to be under the button strip anyway. Another thing too, when you use these, it's got a lot of ink on it right now. So what you can do to disperse it is to rub it on some scrap paper, or you can just use the lid of your ink pad. And that'll help to get the ink throughout the foam, so it's not quite as intense when you go to use it. And I like this idea. This I think it's going to be good. Now the pocket's going to be right around here. So I don't need to cover that. It kind of gives it that highlight look. So I'm going to leave it like that. And let's go to mink next, because I kind of use the same dauber with the blacks, grays, and browns. And let's do this one. It's going to give a little bit of a brown tint from it being on the dauber already, and that's okay. I've got them put together but not glued down, and I think I really like the toffee inking better. The paprika looks okay, but I think I like the toffee the best. This is with the mink, and it's hard to tell the difference, but it's a little different. But I do think I like the toffee better, probably because it's monochromatic look with the button area and the collar in the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and put these together, and then I'll be done. The only thing I have left to do is add the gems, and I don't know if I mentioned in the video already, but these gems come with the kit, and these are discontinued, unfortunately. I love these gold gems. So they add just a really nice, pretty touch with just a little bit of bling to a guy card, which I think is fine. And I will have close-ups at the end, so stay tuned for that, and thank you for joining me. All right, here are close-ups of all the cards. So we've got card number 1, and I did a gray pocket on this one. And I liked having that gem down here, so I went ahead and added another one there on all of my cards. Card number 2. I like having the pen in there. Another one with the eyeglasses probably would have worked out good too. The Levi's pocket. I made a couple extra of this one. Really like it. That would be for the girls. Unless they want to be a dude. And last card, again with the paprika. And the glasses, yeah, I really like it. I like this one with the toffee. And then the gray one is pretty good too. And then a couple bonus cards. These are with leftovers. What I did was I just used some of the triangles. These were squares of the mink, and I stamped them with Harbor, and this was with the mink on top of it. Added a couple of gems to highlight the dad. Zip strip, and then a piece of gray underneath it. And the toffee piece underneath here, I did that sanding technique. So that's a nice card too. And then with the Harbor as the base. So I hope you enjoyed this. Take care.